Hello.
Wow, we're actually doing these videos pretty quick now. With me tonight is...
OJ to the dick.
That guy, yeah.
Yeah.
So, this video turned out a little longer than I thought it would after I finished editing it together, but that's fine, because we're going to be finishing the Da Vinci Disappearance DLC this time.
In the city.
You have returned to Roma.
I probably would have cut a bit more if I realized how long it was after the editing, but oh well.
Ezio.
We already did that long truth video.
Yeah.
I need to get inside the private showing of Da Vinci paintings.
There is a viewing at the Castel Sant'Angelo later
Hey,
today.
we're going to go steal from the Pope
Invitation.
again.
Fortunately,
Oh yeah,
I
and
know
Claudio's
I can
still
procure
the
one. It will give you access to
madam
lower
of this
floors.
brothel. I was trying to remember what the technical term for the female proprietor of a brothel is, but she is a madam.
Some of my
And
girls
she's also an assassin. We saw that
One of
way
Fortuna.
earlier in the story.
don't get
Yeah.
caught.
He could have just gone to her directly.
Probably, yeah. And that's the last we see of Claudio.
Yes, I think she later just kind of stays as the madam of the brothel and
Yeah,
takes
Ezio
into
writes.
history.
Ezio writes to her in Revelations. but
Right.
She's
right.
not ever actually on camera, so
Right.
it doesn't count. And we've also
No,
seen
not
the last of Ezio's mom, actually. So,
Hi, Mom. It doesn't say anything. You said a couple words and now you're gone.
yeah. I don't want to say this is the last we'll be seeing of Ezio's family because that isn't quite right, but that's a subject for another game.
Well, I mean, we can see his wife. He has to have a wife eventually.
Well, he doesn't have a wife in this game, is the thing. But technically, she's not a family member? It depends. Whatever. I'm not really sure who these rope guys are. I think these are like the...
I think they're still the same dudes who are they're the Hermetic Temple of Pythagoras.
Oh no, the what is that guy doing? See, this is me goofing off. This guy, I'm trying to throw...
Trying to see you just throw him in a well.
Yeah, this guy keeps preventing me from not throwing him in the well.
You gotta throw him into scaffolding.
I could have done that, yes, but what do you prefer, a well kill or a scaffolding kill? Actually, I don't know if you can affirmatively throw people into wells. You can dump them, obviously, but
Right.
as far
I
as
don't think you
tossing
can
them
on
in,
this
I
game.
don't think that works.
Nice jump cut.
No,
Sorry.
I actually didn't even notice a jump cut there, but I'm sure there was one.
Now we... Oh, okay. Oh, this mission.
Oh yeah, I remember this one. I had a little trouble with this, I think.
This one's...
Just with the bonus objective. The main objectives are very rarely hard in this game, but bonus objectives can be pretty bad.
And this one's kind of annoying because you... don't have... You have to get to a very narrow courtyard. It's very well guarded. And... You can't really, like, run around to the outside and jump through it because I think you're technically outside of the mission area.
Yeah.
So it's like, this is about, you might be able to do something like, this is a painful mission.
I think they intend for you to use... Well,
you probably have to use
the thieves are really good in this game. They're way better than the prostitutes, actually, because thieves will just totally remove guards from their posts.
Well, prostitutes will totally remove guards from their posts.
No, but they're
too.
still standing around is the thing.
Unless if you have the poison upgrade, they don't.
Do the courtesans get poison upgrade in this game?
I'm pretty sure they do.
Oh yeah, I wanted to say, I think in the last video, that bench kills in Assassin's Creed multiplayer were always pretty much suicide.
Yeah.
Even if you were miraculously lucky and got one, everybody would know what you were, and would instantly run up and kill you. Every single time a bench kill ended that way.
Yeah. Actually, no. Yes, I am completely remembering. Yes, they totally did because it
Not here.
invitation
I
is
will
not here.
deliver it to Signori.
We just couldn't end this series without bullying another courier because.
Or another chase sequence.
Oh wait, they are in. They're kind of in Revelations. I think.
There's the Templar tax collector.
Yeah, who operates kind of like them, but they're not.
He shows up in one spot on the map randomly, and it's pretty rarely at that.
They're not as fun to bully, is the thing.
Yeah. So, no, I was gonna say yes. They totally have the courtesans totally do get poisoned because I remember doing that fucking mission with the banker.
Right.
And they killed like half of the people in there, and then everybody got paranoid because they had to use the courtesans. And I had unlocked the upgrade at that point, so they all got paranoid. So I couldn't really do a good bench kill because he stopped wandering near benches to bring it full circle.
That's pretty awesome. And it's, you can't order the courtesans not to poison people is the thing.
Yeah, it's not. Once you get the upgrade, it's there permanently, unfortunately.
Well, it's a mixed bag, we'll say.
Just get on the fucking boat. Go away.
I don't think that one works. I think there's only boats near the Castello that actually work. There's unlike in Venice, there's not a huge many opportunities to actually sail around. That was quite a fast transition today.
Yeah.
Oh no, it is this is one that is works, yeah.
This is totally one of the fun. It's a difficult little mission to pull off, but it is a fun little
pretty
mission.
Cool.
You can't, by the way, you can't like just like run up on the other side of the wall and climb over it. I think there's like something blocking you on the other side.
Yeah, there's a couple of metal. You can't get into the Castello normally, is the thing. You kind of have to cheat the game. Wow, back to night again.
Hey, we're back to
Get
night.
inside. I will mark the paintings for you to steal. Bring them to Leonardo's workshop. Capito?
Capito. And see, I don't think Ezio walking into a crowd of guards would actually work in the game. I think they would spot you anyway if you tried what Ezio did there. Also, word doesn't seem to have got around about Ezio. Pretty distinctive looking guy, but apparently these guys are none the wiser.
Come back soon. I hope.
Maybe it's just that.
This is obviously a reference to the Thomas Crown affair. Which
Yes.
I don't know anything about except the name, so there you go.
It starred Pierce Brosnan, that's all I can remember.
But it was also a book, too.
Whatever. That was a Pierce Brosnan like spy movie.
That sounds about right, yeah. So obviously you can't kill dudes, so can you kill dudes in this mission? I don't think you can.
I don't know.
Not on my watch. Through many years and many shits like you.
I think you can kill dudes, but there's a pretty high likelihood you'll get spotted doing that. Or fail the mission because
Yeah,
of it.
there are lots of dudes around.
How dare you? I have not seen an
The thing is, even though these guys are jerks,
composition
avoid your inclination to fight back, because I actually failed this mission several times, just in this part. Because the game is kind of inconsistent when it comes to actually going into alert mode. But as long as you just let the guys shove you around, that doesn't usually do it.
Right. Yeah, that's usually they will not. They'll get mad at you. You might get a little notoriety, but they won't actually attack you.
See, you have no idea how much I want to stab that dude. That guy's a jerk. I mean, he shoved me into a wall. And for some reason, he's still like aggro on me. But completely ignored me there.
Hey voi, non toccate i difetti.
See, I was hoping to like get that guy to go back to his post and examine it right behind him for more crack guard work on the part of these guys, but that guy over there gave me the most trouble in this mission. See, there's the thing there. I don't know why that time it failed me, but the other times it didn't. The game is just kind of weird about that. But actually, this isn't the mission I had the most. Man, time is changing like crazy. This video.
I think it's because you're whatever. It's not the DLC for whatever reason doesn't change the internal game clock. So you're.
I mean, it makes more sense to have this at night, but I don't know. The game is weird. Video games are weird, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
How dare you? I have not seen an enunciation from this angle before.
The composition suffers, I feel.
Everyone's a
The light of
critic.
God is not properly expressed. It does not move me.
You are truly stuck in your ways, my friend.
Perhaps my wearing the Borgia cape is annoying this man. Because, remember, the Borgia are not in power at this time, canonically, even though, you know, we're still technically in the main game, but still.
Something may happen to Rodrigo in the future.
Something may. We don't know that, but something might happen. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you don't do that, obviously, but... I don't...
This is like watching Super Meat Boy.
Yeah, this is actually a surprisingly hard part of the mission, because I don't
remember ever having this much trouble with this mission, but I honestly also don't remember exactly what I did
Yeah,
for this mission.
I didn't think any of the missions in the Da Vinci Disappearance were too hard, but this one and the next I had a bit of trouble with. The next one in particular I wasted a lot of time in on the original video. Like, the stuff I cut out was like, I would say like maybe a half hour of failure and such. And it wasn't like entertaining failure, it's just messing up the puzzle. Yeah, you know what I'm thinking of?
Yeah.
The one time moving bodies actually was useful. There is probably a smoother way to do that, but I do not know what it is.
Ehi
Hate
voi,
this.
toccate I dipinti.
I also just get rid of the
Yeah.
last guy, just to be on the safe side. Wow, we went to a painting party and a death party.
This is some crack card work here. Alright, well, it's probably a better way to do that. I don't know.
They're all dead.
Do you remember what the bonus objective of this was?
Oh, don't let it dead object body be
I
found.
guess I must have restarted for some reason, but I don't know, that was pretty funny though. I enjoyed doing it, because I hate these guys.
We just throw smoke.
That would just ruin everybody's day. You know, considering the number of guards Ezio just casually murders, I'm sure the people of Rome are pretty used to bodies lying around in the streets, but smoke bombs, kind of rare.
Just to keep it in the crusade, dude.
How dare you? I have not seen an enunciation from this angle before.
The composition
Yeah, I think
suffers,
guards in this game have kind of the same problem as Arkham guards. Like, sometimes Arkham guards will just fail to notice things that are right in front of them, and sometimes they'll be super perceptive, which is like there was one short video I saw of a guard. Yeah, another really.
Oh boy,
I'm a master at this. Anyway, there was one short video I saw of a guard in Arkham Asylum turning around, looking right at Batman, then looking back as if he didn't see anything.
See, now when you said Arkham guards, I thought you meant like actual Arkham Asylum guards, and I was going to say dead.
Just the henchmen with guns, we'll say.
Okay. Or you could just
do that,
poison
yeah.
somebody.
That seems like the smoother way of handling this. Like the smoothest would obviously would be doing a what's the ghost run? I believe is the Phantom Pain terminology.
Oh, throw the smoke grenade in the Jeep.
Yeah, we'll call that a ghost run. Like that's technically a ghost run. I ghost ran the final fucking mission doing that, I'll have you know. While dressed up as a giant with a giant fucking shiny gold Jeep and a solid and a venom snake made out of gold as well. You know, the funny thing about that last
that was the greatest fucking thing in the world.
The funny thing. That's the what was I gonna say?
That was the best part about having physics, making smoke grenades physics objects, and having physics objects being able to land in the fucking Jeeps. It was emergent gameplay.
I love the term emergent gameplay. Anyway, yeah, the thing is with the final mission of Phantom Pain, the real one, it's actually pretty tough if you play it legitimately, but yeah, you can totally cheese it by taking advantage of the smoke bomb exploit.
I'm going to assume that we're not talking about like the Santa, you know, not the Santa.
You're sneaking into the base one.
You know,
like that's a pretty cool sneaking mission if you do it legitimately.
Oh yeah, no, I did it legit. I just happened to also just do it like that, just for
to
see if I fucking break the game. And the most gaudy
solid stuff. There's usually a lot of ways to play the game.
Well, the other thing with the lower level of the Castell, which if you remember the last time I saw it was one.
Yeah, I was a what? Catarina.
With
Sports.
So we're kind of
I think we had to throw Catarina, down into that hay bale. Because I mean, what am I going to climb with a woman on my back? That's crazy talk.
Yeah. So we're trying to get into the private gallery. The problem is that the private showing is like only for cardinals or whatever, which means Ezio is not properly dressed for this occasion, and rather than kill a man for his clothes, like he's done at least 3 other times.
Most recently, when we infiltrated the Passion Play.
Yeah, we did it to get the loot box, the money box, as a Luigi. Pretty sure we had to at least have done it once.
That's.
Eventually, we dress up as the. I don't. Do we eventually dress up?
No,
as the
you do.
minstrel,
You remember that mission where you had to recover the piece of Eden at the end of the Venice sequence? Yeah, you're a guard in that part, and you become a minstrel in Revelations.
I don't remember if we kill a minstrel, but I feel like just taking him.
It robbed him of his dignity.
It robbed Ezio of his dignity.
Yeah,
so this is
area you can't get to in the base game. I think this area only opens up in the DLC. Like, I definitely don't remember escaping from here or anything.
No, this is a special DLC only area. And you can't really get detected, and they've unfortunately posted some guards right down the staircase.
I was thinking of just going back the way I came, but now it's these guys again. I'm a master of stealth.
What you're supposed to do is like just climb up the
crack detective work there.
Yeah, it's not. I would also thought.
Oh yeah, and the staircases I didn't go up, those lead to the upper gardens, where we first encountered Lucrezia and Pietro. That was our first visit. So for some unknown reason, I was really hung up on this whole bookcase thing, and proceeded to wander around the Castello for some reason. Again, I'm not sure why I did that. But, oh no, that's the exit. Yeah, again, this is not the way you're supposed to do it. Let's say.
Yeah, because if you climb up what happens is if you climb up the bookcase, it will take you out onto that little balcony area where they have the one treasure chest.
Yeah,
that has
you can get to that from that gallery, or you can get to it by climbing up the Castello itself. Again, I'm very much a path of most resistance kind of person.
Yeah, I would have probably just climbed up most of the Castello.
Why
and
was
then
I
just
so hung up
off
on that bookcase, though?
I see him! Go!
I don't know. Damn it! Where is he at? And of course, getting out of the Castello if you go down this fucking courtyard path is a goddamn nightmare. This courtyard, like, is the only way to get in this courtyard is to go through a fence that only is open during one fucking mission.
Otherwise there are guards there posted normally, and if you call assassins to kill dudes, as we saw at the end of that one video, they're trapped there. God, what the hell was I doing in this mission? Jeez. I am not at the top of my... And why didn't I steal that Cardinal's horse or anything?
I don't know. Now you're going to take this
Wait, it changed day again. What is going on?
The adoration of the Magi.
Oh, ranged weaponry. Oh, yeah, that was super obvious. Oh, maybe that's to prevent you from cheesing the first part of the mission. Yeah.
Well, you could just inject
but
poison
if you could range kill everyone, that would make the first part really easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a unique one. There's
and now that you know anyone.
Yeah, there's not really anything else like this in either the base game or the DLC stuff.
Nothing is there. No pages.
And Salai, as you might remember, is the guy who basically set up the Da Vinci disappearance stuff.
I'm done.
Wasn't there a Leonardo painting that people think was based on Salai?
Salai. Doesn't Leonardo conceal his research?
Yes.
Mona Lisa's a woman.
You may have heard of it. It was called the Mona Lisa.
He also experimented with inks, including an ink
Yes, and...
But we can't see invisible ink.
But yeah, but
they had a very special relationship.
Look different from a woman, so why would you base a painting of a woman on it?
Go look at the original Da Vinci disappearance video. It's
so pretty obvious cut there. I had quite a bit of trouble with this mission because I don't want to spoil it just yet, but there's like a trick to it. There's two parts of this mission.
There are drawings
and okay, so the point of this mission is you have to examine the paintings and find the...
There were two in these one as well.
Find the QR codes, and then we go scan them in the phone, and then we find out where we have to go.
There is one here.
Actually, it's not QR codes because it doesn't really exist, but it is fucking maps. God damn it, Clay.
Yeah, this is also why I'm finding these clues really fucking fast, because I know where they are, because I've done the mission like 5 times by this point.
Yeah.
Got one.
Oh yeah, you have to complete this in under...
You're under a strict timeline, so you have to go through
5 minutes, I think? Something like that.
Yeah, so basically you have to go through all 5 of the paintings that you picked up from the previous few missions. Find the little special things. And then there's one more.
So apparently, like, column sitting was a trend around the Depression era, and I was looking up the Wikipedia article for column sitting, and According to the Catholic Church, some saint living out in Syria or something.
Found all the images.
The story goes he
Seem
sat
to
on a
fit
column
together.
for 36
Draw them
years,
already.
which,
Bring me
you know,
paper and
kind of doubting that actually happened. Unless the guy had a lot of amenities provided to him. Sitting on a column for 36 years, that's
that the
patience,
man?
alright.
Show me the entrance.
I must first position its pieces.
Wait. What about the burned paintings?
It is likely the missing parts will not be needed.
Alright, so here's the part where that caused me to have to restart this mission a whole bunch. Yes, it is. And it's one of those
Yeah, it's a jigsaw puzzle.
That, I don't know. No matter how many times I do it, it just felt kind of weird to. So the point is, you're supposed to look at all these lines and look at the borders and match everything up and shit. But what it actually looks like, it took me a while to actually find out. Because I don't know. Maybe I'm an idiot. Who knows?
Yeah. But obviously the keystone is having to put them like north arrow and whatnot.
Yeah, that's the first Oh yeah, it's the thing with the missing pieces that I think was throwing me off. Like, obviously the corners and stuff, those are pretty easy to guess. But,
right.
As far as actually making the picture, that's the picture the game wants you to make. That is not super obvious, is the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least you didn't burn the one that had the little
yeah, that took me
spot.
quite a while to find, because again, you got to do that first part with the paintings and then that matching part. Took me quite a few tries.
Bring him back to me.
Hang on, old friend. I am coming.
Yeah, so that one's just like kind of a pain to...
Oh yeah, I did do that.
Okay, you're doing that on replay, I guess.
Yeah, that's probably what happened.
I must have done it and it
I
wasn't
recorded
fast
this
enough, so you
video
gotta-
quite some time ago, but that sounds right. And obviously I got thrown out of the memory after it was over, so I must have replayed it. Yes.
And now he's stolen the swords again.
And then we're pretty much
Alright,
after
time
this,
for this
after we
last
finish the
fucking mission.
DLC, we're pretty much on the end game. There's
Okay.
really not anything else to do. No. For one thing, I'm pretty sure the server has been shut down.
Oh, wait, no, they got
Two,
rid of the
the
previous
DLC
one.
collection does not have multiplayer of any kind.
The Colonna family wishes it to be known a great tourney will be held this Saturday.
We could form geometric polyhedrons and pretend that we're standing in things.
We could also do the Thieves Guild missions, except the me that's playing this doesn't know I have to do those missions. It's really quite embarrassing.
Yeah, that's right. And so, hey, here's the fucking entrance. We've gone past this, like, I think at least
it's not
2
a
or 3
lair.
times.
Because we already
Looks
did
just
all
like
the
a
ways.
lair
And
of
actually, I
Romulus,
should
except it isn't.
correct something. In the truth video, when we got the the armor Brutus and shit, I said that we didn't do the videos in chronological order, but I don't know why I said that, because well, I know why I said that, because we hadn't recorded in a while. But yeah, at the start of the truth video, we had done all the layers of Romulus and stuff. I just forgot what we actually did on camera.
No, I think there was like one where we accidentally jumped out of sequence for a little bit, and then there was also like the one video that we had to do like 4 times because it didn't work, and then it didn't work the second time, and then it didn't save my audio the third time. I think there's one video that is super polished, and that's because we polished it way too many times.
It's been a while since we've seen the catacombs.
So we're in catacombs. Actual proper catacomb. boot. Maybe if we run through here.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Actually, I think the bonus objective is like not take a left damage or something.
The most damage you'll take on this mission is like falling from great heights or something. Since like 90% of this mission is climbing stuff.
There's like a
oh yeah, there's this fight coming up, and I think there's traps that could hurt you or something. It's been a while since I saw this last. I mean, I knew what this video was about since I put it together, but
yeah. Here's some ancient catacombs. Who the fuck knows when they're from?
Well, it's a temple or something. Like Rome has catacombs, like in real life and stuff. One of the layers of Romulus took place in the catacombs. Yeah.
Oh yeah. The actual catacombs. It's like I'll have to say that is a nice like framing touch, being able to see.
Yeah, it's always nice when you have climbing stuff like this. Like you have some sense of perspective, like other things are happening around you.
Yeah.
Like the train sequence in Uncharted 2 is a really good example of stuff happening in the back while there's action taking place. Because they didn't do like a Flintstones-esque constantly repeating backgrounds and stuff like that. There's actually quite a few notable locations to pass through. Oh yeah.
Getting chased by the truck in Uncharted 4.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure they finished this speech before I very rudely interrupted them. I still can't believe they had that take no damage from the followers of Romulus thing so early in the game. Like that was a really weird bonus objective to put like at the 4th mission of the game.
Who stopped the spread of Roman ignorance. Convince our friends
that's always the one. That was always one of the ones that always bugged the hell out of me.
Yeah,
especially since I think it's
somebody at Ubisoft was having a laugh about it.
Or would you rather I used my knife? On the contrary.
Or at least you don't have the option.
Like more than an amiable solution. Help Leonardo see reason. With the Pythagorean unifier, we will remake
I'll tell you a story about that.
Numbers.
Because canonically, Ezio should not have the Sword of Altair because it was lost when the girl was attacked.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. I used the Dagger of Brutus here, didn't I?
We're playing a simulation, so it can exist. Which is actually kind of fun, because
unfortunately, the bonus effect of the dagger doesn't take place with these guys. But normally, if these were normal guys, they would be losing their shit pretty hard by like the 4th dude I killed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go! Stop him!
I love how he shoved them hard enough to break rock.
Ah, god damn it.
Just so you can have a way to climb up and chase him.
We are.
Oh well.
I mean, it does take a...
Hey buddy, I got something to tell you.
The enemy of knowledge?
Nothing is true, everything is permitted. Ha, fuck you.
But yeah, it takes some balls to shove a guy down there after you see this caped fellow mow down like 10 dudes in a row.
I would have ended their suffering.
Yeah. Now it's just puzzle solving.
See, that's the actual like hard part of the mission.
Oh, that's right. Well, it says
that's
not
right. We have the second half of this fucking thing. It's not take any damage. That's right.
Wait, oh god damn it.
Which is fair because you also have the...
I interrupted that guy. That's why I restarted this part.
Yeah, I was going to say... so not take any damage with Hellscar. So you have some leniency with that because when you have a high enough armor stat, you don't take an actual spare damage.
For another example of this phenomenon, see Legend of Zelda. Where you know, you take like half heart worth of damage. Something like that. Well, yeah. Same principle.
Well, that doesn't necessarily.
Probably going to be pretty similar.
Okay, everybody.
Yeah.
Second verse, same as the first. Or we're just gonna pretend that the first take of this never happened ever. And you go and find the treasure chest that you've missed.
Castlevania Collection comes out
like 2 chests here somewhere.
Throwing a plug for a classic series of games. Yeah, well, see, it's the origins of the series, which makes sense.
Non-Metrovania Castlevania.
Because it has 8 of the earliest games.
I mean, it's not that I don't appreciate the classic Castlevania games. It's just I think the series was markedly
better, that's a fair point, but
after Symphony of the Night. It's just it's not that. I mean, it's like I get why people like Castlevania. I've kind of reached the point in my life where I like some NES games, but it's not like if there's a NES game that is difficult because it was what was in vogue at the time, well then fuck it, I'm not going to play it anymore because I just don't have the time.
Now, Castlevania 2 is not that hard.
That goes for Castlevania.
Castlevania 2 is only hard in the sense you have no idea what the hell you're doing.
Castlevania 3 is
not reading.
You who arrested Cesare Borgia.
Yeah,
nobody has any idea what you're doing
things
unless
that
you
are
follow
completely irrelevant.
The game fucking lies to you half the time.
Okay, the things that are...
Should I persuade our friend by kicking him?
95%, it's like 95% of what the hell they say is like completely either wrong, irrelevant, or doesn't even
play Bloodborne?
Like a sense.
Well, there was a guy.
Right.
There's a lot of Castlevania homages and stuff in that game, like the castle area. But there was one guy you could rescue who everything he said was just completely ignorant. He says the opposite of what's true. So I was thinking that was almost like a Simon's Quest reference, because this guy is wrong about everything. He doesn't say anything that's true. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's specifically a reference, but it's reminiscent of Simon's Quest.
Like, yeah, so now if you saw that's what I was talking about, where you just took a partial square damage, you didn't take a full square damage.
But yeah, it's just
so for the missions parameters, you're fine.
I like the challenge of the old cast. Like I'll probably get really frustrated at Castlevania 3 and stuff, but I don't know, there's just not that many games that have that kind of aesthetic these days. At least not ones that I've played.
Stay away from me, assassino! We are all the same!
Yeah, we interrupted him anyway. God damn it. Oh well. I got a pretty cool kill animation at least.
Alright, take 3!
Anyway, it's like 8 games for $20, so in a purely economic sense, it makes a lot of sense to buy the game.
Choose to search for truth. Forcing it on others.
Ezio acts as if everything is permitted.
And you're saying that everything is permitted?
Warring kingdoms. I would have ended their suffering.
You make a libertarian paradise.
Permitted, except killing
when we go follow the literal meaning of our words.
Civilians right in a sequence. Except if you poison bomb them, that doesn't count. Like that poison bomb could have come from anywhere. Is what I'm saying.
Come, let us leave this place.
Anyway, Ezio and Leonardo have some nice dialogue at the second half of this level, and enjoy it because it's the last time we'll see Leonardo in this series.
If that number is left intact, we risk another madman discovering it.
Exactly, it all comes back to John. I think the story with Leonardo is he'll go to live in France for a while to work under the patronage of the French king, and I think he accepted an invitation from the Sultan of Constantinople to work there, but I don't think he ever did anything
Thank
on
goodness
that.
I sent Massimo to look for my paintings.
He died in France, which is how a bunch of famous Leonardo stuff is in the Louvre. But actually, the thing is, Leonardo kind of had the Hideo Kojima problem of very much an artiste. Like, he's good at what he does. He has a unique perspective on things. But people generally hated working with him because he took so long to do
The
stuff.
Pythagoreans believe that the soul moved through cracks in the earth.
Yes.
Like
Of
a
his
beam of
time.
light. It ignites fire, which symbolizes knowledge.
Truly the David Cage of our time.
Yeah, let's not throw Leonardo in the same sentence as
I'm
Cage,
going to hell
shall
for
we?
saying that.
I mean, you can do it. I can't stop you, but you know, it's probably not in the best taste.
Fine.
I mean, you can do it. I can't stop
And this first room was made of light. And look, these mirrors. They've been in a dusty catacomb for years, and they're still polished enough to reflect light with such intensity.
See,
Despite the fact that everything
the
else is
ancients
grown
built shit to last.
heavy
Is
with moss
anything
and
I've
ivy. Wow.
learned from video games.
These ancient people.
Like if ancient mechanisms didn't work perfectly and stuff, Nathan Drake would have had a very short career as an adventurer. Well, in terms of like basic,
half the reason he has almost has a
things
very
break
short
a lot,
career as an
but
adventurer is because they
the
don't always
overall
work right.
objective is still met in most cases.
You are almost there!
I wonder who the hell architected this entire thing and put it together and tested it. I'm an engineer. I cannot help but think of these things, even if I know that it is.
I mean,
it's a
you pass
completely
by it
literally
without really
ridiculous
thinking.
Preposition.
But
It's just
the architecture in video games is just the craziest thing.
It's. I think the only time I've ever seen it kind of getting right in a lot of regards is like if it's. I think it's like Portal 2. They did a lot of it right, where you're circumventing a lot of stuff that was actually like built to be normal. Just it's gone away with the gate. Like if you have a case like that, then fine. It's just like you're making a fucking Rube Goldberg machine out of.
Yeah,
We must continue
again,
onward.
take too
Be
far
very
to
careful
tumble and
jumping.
fail to
Don't
fall.
take a lot of fucking
suppose Sully
damage
is out
jumping.
having fun spending my hard-earned florins.
He is safe at home.
I am relieved. How
Ezio
about
is
the
very
florins, of
progressive.
course.
You have to be
You
careful.
do not need to lie to me. Salai fits you. I approve.
I am...
Leonardo da Vinci at a loss for words. That is a first.
Like, I don't think, like, close male
That's usually
relationships that would be interpreted as gay these days weren't that uncommon, like, before the 20th century, but whether they were gay or not, you'd probably just have to ask them.
Right.
This room could use some light.
Yeah,
Yes.
again, I think
Look at the oil that
and
is still.
Uncharted, I think, have it
some-
the worst for, like, these crazy ancient engineering feats. Like, do you remember that whole Chintamani temple in Uncharted 2? That had, like, this massive bridge area with gears and shit. All of this stuff is still working. Nobody knows what the hell they built it, why they had to do it that way. And, again, Drake going through it just breaks everything.
Yeah.
Mathematica can then act on nature, allowing man to harness nature's power.
I guess in that regard, I do like Uncharted 4 at least because it's like, oh, they built a bunch of accurate for the time lifts.
It's more
just
reasonable than
lots of them and the
crazy architecture early in the
timeline
series,
and the
but
scales kind of.
again,
blacked out,
Uncharted
but
4 was
whatever.
kind of a conscious effort to make it more realistic Uncharted. Like, as crazy as that is, that was pretty, like, that's what happens when you put the Last of Us director in charge of an Uncharted game. They'll try to make it more sensible. Again, if your inclination is to
Now I
drop
can
down off of ledge and
There
stuff,
we go.
don't do that in this
I can
mission.
get back up here.
Although I think if you I think, yeah.
Yeah. And here, this is one of the worst ones.
Like, there's not a whole lot of time left in this video,
it should not be as hard as
pretty sure I
it is,
don't
but
fail. But I think if you do fail a bonus objective, don't restart the mission, just kill yourself.
Yeah, there's only one.
We'll go back to a checkpoint.
The wheel is turning. You are channeling the air. Keep going.
By the way, the kind of theme that we're going here is you're channeling the power of the elements, the power of nature. The first one,
and
was
the light thing.
And now you're channeling air. Yeah, that one is. These are some.
The thing with the light
these
is
are
there are like
actually
4
some more
classical elements: earth, wind, fire, and water. And Aether was kind of a special fit one, filled up everything. Otherwise, not filled up. The ancients had a lot of really weird ideas about how the world works.
Only one final room before we reach the center.
Again,
just jump around like a moron.
So it should be a lot easier if it wasn't for the fact that you didn't have to take damage.
Yeah, good old Leonardo. He was first introduced right near the start of Assassin's Creed 2, and kind of been he hasn't had a huge amount of screen time, but everyone knows him. Yeah, and there's that famous QTE in Assassin's Creed 2.
It's a decent.
No one expected.
He's your gadgets guy.
Fire of knowledge.
Correct.
Yeah.
Harmony was achieved for the Pythagoreans when multiplicity became unity, when many thoughts combined to form one original idea.
So, the final room is fire.
I don't think you can take like fire damage in this game.
Lots of fire.
Like you can't. Unlike in other games, there's not like torches that can hurt you or something. Like I certainly don't remember.
And in the back of my head right now, yes is roundabout as
also,
playing.
did you see we got another? This will help if
some
I
people
fall
will get
instance.
this reference if you are watching this video.
Yes. How enlightening.
And I will leave it at that.
But it's just nice to have Ezio say that one more time before this game ends. Because I'm not doing Assassin's Creed 2, so this is the last time we're probably going to hear Ezio say that.
Yeah. Yeah.
He says it a lot in Assassin's Creed 2, but yeah.
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 It's a lot more common occurrence on a lot of the tunes than it is in this game. So obviously, this isn't very much different than, honestly, the first edition. The first tune where you had to go find a bunch of
it's still, it looks cooler.
The only difference is instead of like, actually the first
a
one
lot of neat visual effects.
This one you have to find.
Remember, this game came out on the PS3, which, in comparison to modern consoles, not that great. Like, there are still some pretty great looking PS3 games.
I also have to say that
there's the other classic video game thing. Basically, unless you're touching lava, it doesn't do anything to you, which is not how lava works. Like the final sequence of Resident Evil 5, not that realistic.
Let's be safe and not.
Chris punching the pole's bowler is probably the most realistic part of that sequence, for being honest.
What, with Chris? What, Chris punching a boulder wasn't realistic enough for you?
Because I mean, he's a big dude; he could punch a boulder.
Yeah, that's sadly true.
Actually, the funny thing is, I think basically every Chris player, the first time they got to that final part the first thing they did was run up and punch the boulder. Even though that's not what you're supposed to be doing, everyone loves to punch the boulder. But yeah, as I was saying, there's still some PS3 games that hold up pretty well against PS4, the current generation.
No.
Like, God of War 3 is still a really good looking game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's highly it's not highly stylized, but the perspective, I think, works in its favor. You know, that pseudo 3D/2D that it gets going for a while. It's good. I mean, it's just like whenever you can pull the camera back and everything still looks pretty good.
Since we were talking about Resident Evil 5,
and it still looks good enough when you pull it in closer. For,
just in terms
pull
of
it in for a tighter angle.
Still a pretty nice looking game. Probably.
You have completely lost track of where you're supposed to go. I take it. We've been hesitant to mention this.
I think I'm going the right way now, though. I don't remember being up here.
But I think you've lost the plot a little bit here.
I will say there are still some parts of this game that hold up pretty well. Like, Rome isn't super graphically detailed, especially in comparison to Revelations, but like Nero's Golden Palace and shit still looks pretty nice.
Yeah, this is a very... I'd be interested to see...
yeah, that'd be
I would honestly
I'd
be
play
interested to see like Brotherhood or Assassin's Creed 2 or be a style of Origins or Odyssey.
Again, don't jump down to the floor. You will hurt yourself. Go the fastest way.
Unity is achieved, but the door is not opening.
I think this is like first civilization shit.
Okay. Now we gotta rotate something.
Which Leonardo doesn't know anything about, actually. Or, no, yeah, he saw the piece of Eden, but he doesn't actually know what the hell it is.
Well, look.
Yeah. He didn't actually meet Juno or anything.
Wait.
He doesn't know a lot about it. He's experienced.
They're in the wrong order. Let me just... If I rearrange these... Done.
We finally enter the last room.
Now all the circuit thingies line.
And you know what I'll actually have to do? I'll probably have to start actually recording shit after we finish this video. Yeah, it's crazy. I haven't recorded this game in a very long time. But yeah, it's the final mission, the final sequence gets a little crazy, just because something I didn't notice until it was too late.
No, this architecture.
Alright, so the ending of this doesn't play into the main game because the main plot is over. It's not about Revelations either. Nothing here is relevant to Revelations, but kind of a lead into Assassin's Creed 3.
Those are not Pythagorean symbols. 43, 39, 19, N, 75, 26.
Yeah, that would be, I think that 43, that's roughly upstate New York. Which would be where the location of the
cultivar maze is wrong. The number is
oh, hey, that's right. That's right. Okay,
that's probably where the fucking temple is.
The final
in
mission
Assassin's
of this
Creed.
game.
The first civilization.
Ezio just mentioned having to deal with Cesare Borgia, who at this point is hanging out in Spain.
Yeah.
It is not intended for us.
Ezio, what are you not telling me?
What else are you working on?
Well, I have begun several dissection studies.
Yeah, there was St. John was modeled after, supposedly modeled after Salih, right?
Yes, I'm thinking of repainting the St. John lost in the Bill of Fire.
And again, that's the last we'll ever see of Leonardo da Vinci. Like, I don't think he's not really even mentioned in Revelations.
And GPS.
There's like there's one codex entry that mentions him, but yeah, it's another Claudia thing.
No, there's probably a...
it's another Claudia thing. Yeah, they restyled everything and stuff.
Didn't want to remodel everybody from
WM.
Assassin's Creed 2 and Brotherhood.
Yeah.
For that game, just Ezio, basically.
They restyled it.
And Duce.
Yeah.
But Duce is pretty much just random NPC anyway.